If you know what happiness is to you. All right, good evening. No, that ain't gonna get it. Good evening. We almost there. Good evening. For those who don't know me, my name is Jesse. All right. So I'm here today to recognize the Distinguished Alumni Award. But first, I want to kind of give thanks and some recognition to some people. If it were not for them, we would, at least I would not be here, and I know all of us would not be here. One is the Owens family. I don't know if everybody has ever heard of this 6 degrees of separation kind of thing. Well, if you kind of think about it, is everybody in this room, even if you never met Mr. Owens or not, we are here. Everybody is sitting in this room in this seat simply because of that one man, and we need to recognize. I often said a lot of times I owe Cara my life for the rest of my life. That's one of the reasons I am so proud to have this award carry my namesake. Also, it's just an opportunity to honor my father because he was one of the greatest men that I ever knew. And so I stand here representing my father as well. I was talking to a gentleman out in the hallway right before we came in, and he said, "How does it feel to have an award named by you, after you?" And I told him, I said, "Well, it's humbling, but it's a little embarrassing as well. Because it's not because of, I can walk out of here and not wear any socks, but it's a little embarrassing because it wasn't nothing that I did on my own. It's a little embarrassing because I get to stand before you and kind of present this award, but I understand the shoulders of the people that I've stood on to get to this point as well." The award we're here to present is to Da'Sean, and he mentioned in his video about him being a number. I can recall back when I was growing up, my father used to tell us kids, and especially when we did something that we weren't proud of or something that we knew that we weren't supposed to do, he would say, "How does your garden grow? How does your garden grow?" As a kid, you know what I mean? My garden grow. And then he would say, "How does your garden grow? How does your garden grow? How does your garden grow?" And part of even all of those things that Da'Sean told us about his story and how he got, one of the things is, again, I'm sure back in that time he was not thinking about his garden that he had already planted when he had to leave his family. The seeds that he planted with his brother who was handicapped, the seeds he planted with his children and his siblings that he planted, is because he planted those seeds and watered them before he left, is the reason why they stood strong until he came back home. I also want to make sure that we remember, and even though we want to maybe recognize Da'Sean because he deserves his 15 minutes in the spotlight because he has earned it, but I want to understand and make everybody understand what this award represents. Even though I stand before you and Da'Sean is getting ready to come and stand before you, there's a whole lot of Jessies and Da'Seans that have stood here that cannot stand. I love these podiums because these are the reason for this award. It's not just the namesake that it has on it. It's not because of just one person. It represents the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have come to Cara, right, and who's taken advantage of your generosity and the things that you've given us. So please, I would like to now introduce you and bring up to the stage our latest gardener, our latest landscaper, Mr. Da'Sean Hillsman. How does your
gonna take it all in. I'm gonna take it all in. Woo! For those who don't know me, my name is Da'Sean.
Hey, Da'Sean, motivate me. What? That's first grade. All right, Da'Sean, yeah.
Not 16352-424. I said I wasn't gonna do that. I'm not gonna cry. So, it is an honor and a privilege to be up here. My word tonight is journey. And the reason my word is journey is because I've been on a hell of a journey. I've made a lot of decisions, not only for myself, but for my family. You all seen the video. I lost my mom at an early age. You saw me cutting my dad's hair. But one of the main reasons that I was doing what I was doing is because my mother was a single mother. My dad was in the streets. And I can remember as a youngster how on the west side of Chicago, how I watched my dad and watched how individuals used to call my dad the mayor of Chicago. They called him the mayor of Chicago because of his street status. They respected him. He sold lots of drugs on the west side of Chicago. And I found myself wanting that. And so when I lost my mom, I can't sit up here and lie to you. I didn't go straight to, let me try to find a job. I went straight to, let me get this fast money as fast as I can because I have children, I have 2 younger siblings, and I have a handicapped brother that got shot in the head in 1987. He's still with us. He's 56 years old. Yeah. Me and my younger sister, she's a year younger than me, took it upon ourselves to make sure that our younger sister, that was 13 years old at the time when my mom passed, and my handicapped brother, we made a pact to where we won't be separated. The system won't take our sisters or our brother. And so I made the choice as a young black man to say, hey, I need to get this money to keep my family together. And that's what I did. And I landed myself in a federal prison after that. I'm not standing up here glorifying prison, but what I can say, my journey, I went to prison because I had a purpose. And if I would have never chose the route that I went, I probably wouldn't be standing in front of you today. I met a lot of gentlemen in prison that took me under their wing and showed me the ropes and let me know, hey, once you get out of here, youngster, you can make something of yourself. All I had to do was believe, because before I went to prison, there was a lot of older gentlemen trying to take me under their wing and show me the ropes, but I wasn't listening. I didn't listen. And when I came home, as you can see the story, I heard about Cara. And I came, and I saw him singing and dancing. And I'm like, nope, it's not for me. I'm saying it again, it's not for me. But when I came, there was a person by the name of Patricia Banks. I saw her tonight, she's here. And she asked me in our interview, in my intake, she said, hey, if it was $100,000, if someone was going to give you $100,000 and told you to go dance in the middle of the street, what would you do? I didn't dance, but in my head, I was like this. Huh? I was like that. And it clicked, like, you know what? I got to do what I got to do. not only for myself, but for my children. I stand here before you blessed tonight because not only have I changed and turned my life around for the better, but I'm able to share this moment with my son that's sitting here right here, Da'Sean Jr. I have college graduates. I do. I have 2 grandchildren. Like, I'm gonna leave my legacy behind. I tell people, I brought my son tonight because he's at the stage of his adult life to where he's actually adulting now. He have 2 children. And I want him to see, hey, just because it's hard doesn't mean you stop. Look at your dad. I jumped over many, many hurdles to get here, and I'm not stopping. And if it wasn't for Cara giving me the opportunity, if it wasn't for Cara saying yes to me when everyone else said no, I wouldn't be here. I feel like when I came to Cara, I was a pup. And now I'm a grown man in the Cara world. They gave me the opportunity, an ex-gang member, an ex-drug dealer, an ex and ex and ex and ex. But they said yes and embraced me with open arms. I can remember, short story, I can remember this gentleman standing to my left, just listening to him, and he told me, he said, hey, you ain't gonna be nothing, right? But the method behind it gave me so much strength. I didn't understand the method of what he was saying. He took me and lifted me up. It was a method to it. So by me being a man, I say, ooh, I ain't gonna be nothing, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna be something. And here it is, 12 years later, I'm here, and he still embraced me to this day. And I thank you for that, Jay. I thank you for that. I've had the opportunity now as the senior manager of coaching and retention to build a strong coaching team. I love my team. I got a few members here tonight. I love y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate you putting up with me, and I put up with y'all. But I wouldn't change this for the world. I wouldn't change what I went through for the world. No doubt. I appreciate that. I just want to thank a lot of people that's here. But I got a quick story about if it weren't for Mr. Owens and his vision, I wouldn't be here. I used to watch Mr. Owens come into office, this tall man, and I would wonder, like, he embraced every single staff member and called them by name. And I used to always wonder, how did he know that? And he came to my desk, my cubicle one day, and he said, hey, I got a job for you. And I said, what's that, Mr. Owens? I'm a coach already, so what else do you need me to do? And he told me my job was to watch Eric Weinheimer. I don't know if he's here. He said, you watch him, you make sure he's doing his job. I said, you know what, you got it. You got it. I'm gonna make sure I stand up to it. I guess I failed because Eric left. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody that's here. I want to thank everybody for this opportunity. I am deeply humbled. I am grateful. And I appreciate you all for coming out. Thank you.